through. It's Jonathan David! What a strike from Jonathan David to give Canada the lead! Just before the hour mark, a fabulous finish from Jonathan David!
It is Sunday evening in Los Angeles, the end of a beautiful spring day. As the sun sets out of the California sky, Canada's players have begun to arrive at the team hotel. Flying in from across Europe and North America, the group is coming together to compete in the CONCACAF Nations League Finals. Having booked their spot in the Final Four of the tournament, Canada are now just 2 matches away from lifting a first major trophy in 25 years.
You know, we were originally scheduled to train at Cal State LA, right? We saw the pitches weren't good there, so we pivoted to here for 2 reasons. The pitch, and another reason. Do you guys know the other reason? Gold Cup 2000. Gold Cup 2000. Right? It's the last time Canada's won a trophy. Right? So I heard yesterday from Paul and from JB, you know, and they were telling stories about what happened here. They said that in this 100,000 seat stadium that there were at least 2,000 fans at the Gold Cup final. Okay? We know our whole experience here is going to be very different in terms of the energy in the stadium, but like, is intention about being here, because we're ready to repeat history. All right, we're here to win a trophy.
As the players emerge from the tunnel onto the training field at the LA Coliseum, they are greeted by a venue that played host to one of the most famous games in Canadian football history.
Some hardy souls have braved these conditions as we are underway the Gold Cup championship match. This from Martin Nash. Jason DeVos, and that might have been it. That is a goal for Canada. The header was at Jason DeVos. And here comes an opportunity for Canada. This is Jeff Clark, and he's taken down in the box. And it's a penalty kick for Canada to be taken here, and it's a goal for Canada by Carlo Corazon to give Canada the 2-0 lead. It's official. Canada, 2000 Gold Cup champions. How does that sound?
It almost never happened. Canada only qualified for the knockout stages of the tournament via a coin toss, after a 3-way tie in the opening round.
The memories of 25 years ago comes right back to you. We weren't a big group. It's not like nowadays when you got 23 men and we only had 15, 16 players, I think, in the squad. Just remember Richie flying down the left-hand side and smacking one into the top of the net.
Richard Hastings, and here comes Hastings, if he can get a shot at it, and he scores for Canada!
And it's a real high because it's, you know, we were in San Diego and, you know, the stadium is filled with Mexicans and the game is over, so you give them no chance. So it's a great thing when it's a golden goal when it's on your side and the other team's got no chance to reply. So getting by Mexico in a quarterfinal and beating them in extra time on a golden goal was something that, like we said, that gave us the real belief going into the next round in the semifinal and then obviously after that into the final. Craig Forrest, who stands on his head and makes you know, a number of saves and keeps us in the game.
Header in front to Watson, and a goal for Canada! And Canada take the lead here on a header from Mark Watson.
We managed to fight, and then we get ourselves in the final, and it's when we did win the tournament on the final that we were the better team on the day.
Current assistant coach Paul Stalteri provides a link from that storied chapter of the team's past to its current trophy ambitions in the Nations League Finals.
I think there's an appreciation for what we're building and what I've learned from them and what it means to be in this position. I know that the pressure will be on in Mexico, but this is a big moment for us and our team, and we're excited about the challenge.
Well, Canada's road to the 2026 World Cup goes through Los Angeles with a chance on the line to lift a first trophy in 25 years.
It's easy to get excited about the opportunity because what the final could be. Nothing changes, guys. Our mindset, our focus, we take care of business here. Walk out with confidence. We are ready to go after this game.
The energy of the Mexican fans transmits to the pitch, where a frenetic start leads to an early goal.
Mexico early on trying to get through here with Raul Jimenez. It is the worst possible start for Canada.
Canadian heads do not drop despite the setback, as Marsh's side builds a number of attacks deep in Mexico's end.
Cornelius with the challenge and a free kick given against Canada here.
This is an interesting one. Canadian players are adamant that Cornelius gets to this first, and Alvarez kicks through the Canadian centre-back. I think he gets the nick there. This is a penalty kick all day long. Cornelius is first to that ball.
Asking how that is not a penalty.
Oh, it's a terrible decision. Can't believe it. Good challenge from Bombito.
Picked up here by Ahmed, who glides over halfway. And getting back there, Alexis Vega, the Toluca man with the challenge, will get a yellow card.
We're going to continue to move ourselves into the game, tempo, speed, going after them. We're bringing guys off the bench. We're going more and more and more. And we're winning this fucking game, okay? Come on, boys.
Canada start the second half with renewed energy.
Stefan Eustachio swings that one in. Larin got to it. Cornelius! Free kick given.
But with the minutes beginning to tick away, Raul Jimenez lands a knockout blow for the Mexicans.
It's Raul Jimenez! What a strike from Raul Jimenez! His second goal of the night!
Canada's quest to bring home a first trophy in 25 years has come to an end.
It hurts to come so close, but yet fall short. And it's not easy. You know, proud of you guys. You know, to be honest, the referee, the fans, they're all on their side. But we came out there with the attitude of never back down. We played our game, played our hearts out. But yes, it does hurt. You know, coming so close, but yet so far. And all this, I don't know what it is, disappointment, anger you have in your body. We take it, we just turn it into a positive, and we go on to the US game.
After the semifinal loss that ended their trophy dreams, for now, Canada's players are allowing themselves a moment to clear their heads. In 48 hours, they will take on the United States in the bronze medal match.
It's a book actually my sister got for me, Notes of a Young Black Chef. This year I've been trying to get a little bit more into reading. Of course, we have a lot of free time on our hands, so to be able to kind of learn from other people, I mean, this kind of is a story, like a memoir kind of story on a black chef from DC, so to kind of see how he's kind of shaped his life. He's cooked for the Obamas and things like that, so cooking is something that I kind of enjoy to do on my free time, so just kind of a nice thing to read and kind of take your mind away from football at times. Yeah, I think we've kind of taken our day to have a little bit of a mental reset, but we know that the next game's coming quick, and part of this journey leading up to the World Cup is making sure that we're making the use of every single day that we have in camp. So just making sure that we're turning our focus now to the US, even though it's not the game that we want to be fighting for a trophy, but nonetheless it's still a formidable opponent that we need to have a good showing against and continue on our journey to 2026. Since Jesse's come in, he's made it very clear to me and Max that it's going to be an open competition. So even though that my number is being called right now, I think the goal for both of us is to have our number called that first day in the World Cup. So I know even though that I might, quote unquote, be in the lead right now, that I know that the journey isn't over, and I know Max is pushing myself, pushing himself to do it, and I think the competition between us is the healthiest that I've ever been in, because we do both want the best for each other and the best for the country, and of course we both want to play, but the moment that the other person is selected, I think we really turn and support that person because we want the best for our country.
Wanting the best for Canada comes with added meaning these days. Following a series of provocative remarks by the US president questioning the sovereignty and independence of Canada, the dynamic of the sporting rivalry between Canadians and Americans has taken on a whole new dimension.
These international tournaments for Canada mean something different now. And, you know, as an American, I'd like to address the 51st state discourse, which I find unsettling and frankly insulting. Canada is a strong, independent nation that's deep-rooted in decency, really. And it's a place that values high ethics and respect. Canada values a lot of fairness and unity. It's a place that I've learned as the national team coach where people really believe that their differences make them stronger. And honestly, it's one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about our team is that they exemplify this as human beings and as a team. The main reason that I spoke out about some of the politics with Canada was because I feel strongly that this country deserves to be treated with respect, with love, be treated like a real ally to America, because that's exactly what this country's been. And the decency, the greatness of the people, the mentality of the togetherness of the country in general, I think, again, means that we need to stand up together, right? And we need to make sure that whether you're the head coach of the Canadian men's national team, whether you're the prime minister of the nation, whether you're a citizen on the streets of some of the great cities of this great country, that the solidarity, the unity, and the decency and the generosity is respected and treated the way that it should be.
It's tough to truly understand and grasp the enormity of what's going on. Obviously, it's only been, words so far, and we hope that that's all it ends up being. But at the same time is that you do have to take those words, hopefully with a grain of salt, but at the same time is that you have to take them for what they are saying. So I know that has been really difficult. And again, I went to university down here. I'm getting married to a beautiful and loving American woman. And I know that it's put everyone in a really difficult position because it's not the feelings that the majority of Americans have towards Canada. So balancing that and obviously keeping those relationships cordial between us Canadians and the Americans, I think, is really vital, but also understanding that, yeah, it's probably not right and it's not fair for the leadership to be saying what they're saying and treating us, even if it's said in a joking manner to a degree, it's not really right and it's not fair to be doing that to the Canadian people. But hopefully, it's brought all of us together, and I think that that's something that we've shown as a country. When times get tough, as we've seen during COVID, we always need something to rally around and really kind of grow support and pull each other closer together. And I think this has been a great example of that. We're hoping that we can continue in that vein because I think with the hockey team, you saw what happened at the Four Nations, how much it just brought our whole country together. And hopefully, we can do that as well as a footballing nation as well. So that's kind of our plan.
Third place match against the United States begins. Canada are on top during the early passage of play. And in the 27th minute, their pressure pays off.
Ahmed's ball across goal. O'Shea! Tony O'Shea finds the back of the net.
But only 8 minutes later, the U.S. respond to level the game.
We're cutting inside, rolls it through for Luna. This is a good move. It's Adjiman. It is tied. Patrick Adjiman with a goal a little over 10 minutes before half-time to make it 1-1.
In the second half, Canada continued to look the more threatening of the two sides. Twice in quick succession, Jonathan David gets deep in the US 18, but twice in a row, penalty claims are waved away. In the end, Jonathan David takes matters into his own hands.
Lovely little ball through. It's Jonathan David! What a strike from Jonathan David to give Canada the lead! Just before the hour mark, a fabulous finish from Jonathan David!
The second goal proves to be enough. For the second match in a row on US soil, Canada are victorious.
As much as no one wanted to give you guys anything, for me, you're the best team in the tournament, right? You're the best team in the tournament. So, look, I still feel like we have so much more that we can achieve. But the beauty of working with you guys is that every time we come together, that everybody just puts everything they have into it. Again, we are on the right track. There is no question, okay? Tanny, come get your game ball. Yeah, speech.
Just want to say thank you to you guys. Really grateful to you guys for continuing to encourage me, and I love being here with you guys, and hopefully to many more.
All right. Guys, we're on the right path. I'm really proud of all of you. We're going to keep this thing going, okay? Good job. Good job.